Everyone on here is a communicator and of some kind. And communicator may be in your job title, it may not be in your job title, but regardless, we're all communicators and we're communicating every day, whether it's to our employees, our peers, we're communicating to customers, or we're just communicating with our family and friends. And I think what we can all agree on today is that people are looking for leadership and people want to be inspired. And as communicators, I think we know today, I mean, we've always known that communication is important, but I think it's really been reemphasized just how important communication is in conveying messaging. So my message to everybody is you're a communicator, you've all got communication skills, use your skills, be who you are, go and inspire people.
What was clear to me is that we understood that change was inevitable and is the nature of where we live. I mean, this country is an experiment in change anyway. So it is the environment which we live in. But I got from the speakers especially is that the importance of self, not just self-awareness, but self-changing in yourself. That we're impacted by the changes outside, but the change that we make inside makes the change a viable, positive difference or versus a negative difference. And so I think that is what is clear from what we're going through and what the speakers were saying, even to taking time and making time for yourself, to research where your mind is and what you want to learn, and to go beyond just being someone who is aware of it, but take that action, your self-motivation, take that action that will make changes, and build the relationships that will together make changes. And in that process, then we have a better life and a better environment. I thought that was the message that we were getting from everyone. And so I really appreciate being here.
What I wanted to share is, so as we're thinking about change, whether it's, new habit development, or it's, change within our community, or just whatever it is, I am encouraging everybody to really be intentional. And I will say I'm a little bit geeky when it comes to this, but I love to use an app so that I am accountable to myself. So I wanted to offer up two of my very favorites. There's a free version. They will try to get you to buy, but you really don't have to. The free versions are wonderful. But I wanted to offer up Productive, which is my favorite one. And there's another one called Streaks, and I will put those in the chat box here in just a second. But I just want to encourage everybody that no matter what that positive change is, that you want to hold yourself accountable to it. And that is one way perhaps that you could do it, whether it's even with self-care, like I talked about earlier, or maybe you're trying to minimize all that buffering. I know I've had a lot of trouble with the buffering lately. So hopefully that will be of value to you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think that, everyone, again, had wonderful sentiments. Lori, you were a great intro. Intentionality. I think that, we will continue to perpetuate the status quo and challenging not necessarily what we do, but those things that we've always done just out of practice and habit. So asking the question of why are we doing it this way? And is there another way that we might be able to do it that would produce more equitable and inclusive outcomes? As it relates to the individual levers that we need to consider, prioritizing people over process and profits. And as we are generating, materials and thinking about our brands, how are we centering the voices and experiences of customers and appreciating the lived experiences of others as subject matter experts in doing so? And so I think that, again, being intentional about how we are operating is definitely something that I took away, and all of the speakers were wonderful. So thank you so much for having me.
As communicators, we have an opportunity to create the calm as times are changing. Things are going to continue to change, but we have an opportunity to continue to be open and honest in what we're sharing. That really struck me, really how important it is to really be authentic, be real, share that with your employees and then let them share that as well. Be bold, be intentional. and embrace flexibility. And while that's not always easy, it's groups like this that we can get together and go, yeah, you know, this is the right thing that we need to do. We can do this together. We can be bold and tackle these challenges each day in our work. So just really thank all the speakers and the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.
Awesome. I will really quickly recap those 3 R's we talked about being relevant, resourceful, and resilient. And just remember to lead with mission, address and sympathize with the current climate, but then share your clear and compelling reason why, and definitely don't stay silent. Being resourceful, leaning into your supporters, your volunteers, and your internal resources. Understand what you need to be successful in this new environment, and then ask for those resources. And then resilient, you know, not only embracing change, but understanding that value that it offers and the opportunity to do something new or different, and be thoughtful and swift. And once a decision has been made, move forward with that clear conviction.